Hey y'all, it's your girl Mika, aka Butter, and I'm back to you with some really frustrating and infuriating news. Let's get into it. All right. Um, I've been watching the news lately, and let me get this out of my face. I am very disheartened at what I'm seeing, and I'm sure a lot of you are at this point. The Jussie Smollett thing, and people are saying, well, he's taking us backwards, and all this other stuff. I want to say this: y'all are paying attention to the wrong damn thing. Now we done had Gucci, we done had Burberry, and countless others come out the woodworks with all this racism. And, as always, they apologize, it goes away, and we keep on wearing they crap, right? That's what you do. You still wear Gucci. You still wear Burberry. You're going to go buy Burberry's daggone cologne next week, right? That's what you're going to do, right? All right. Um, but we are missing the point, okay? While y'all are paying attention to Jussie Smollett and you're paying attention to Gucci and you're paying attention to Burberry, instead of just saying, okay, they're racist, they got good products, I like them, but I'm not going to purchase from them. Why do y'all? I want to know why we do this as a people. The segregation thing. We wanted to be a part of the main culture. We wanted to use the same restrooms. We wanted to use the same. Why? Who cares? Use our own. I don't understand it. And still to this day, y'all still doing this. We want to wear Gucci. And these people do not give a rat's ass about you. They making fun of you to your face. And y'all still go spend $1,500 on some Gucci slides. What the hell? All right, let's talk about the story because I ain't getting nowhere just ranting. So this gentleman, his name, and you've probably already heard the story, but I wanted to bring my take to the matter, okay? This man right here, while the left hand is talking about Jussie Smollett and Gucci and still making they money, and y'all the ones that are giving them this money, because these rich white people ain't going out and get Gucci from head to toe. Y'all doing it. Y'all are supporting them, and they coming out with this wearing nooses around their damn necks. Who? What kind of idiots are you? What kind of idiots are y'all? So this man right here, while the left hand is talking about Jussie Smollett, this is happening. Now, this gentleman, his name is Goodloe Sutton. He's the editor of a paper called The Democratic Reporter. Now, let me just say that the Democrat in Democratic Reporter is the old version of Democrat. If you know the history of black voting, historically blacks were Republican. And even though Republicans weren't completely for us, they weren't outright KKK at that time either. So they weren't giving us in exactly the same situation. We just want it to be fair. We just want the same rights as everybody else. We just want to be civil. So the Southern people that today still fly these the flag with the X and the stars on it. I'm not even going to mention what it is, but those were pretty much Democrats. all the way back to, I believe, like Abe Lincoln. No, 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 no. I wanted to, yeah, Lincoln, back to Lincoln. Um, and so most blacks, pretty much all, you wouldn't really find too many blacks that were Democrat at that time, because Democratic people were people that were extremely racist. They didn't want anything for us. They'd rather see us back enslaved, etc. at that time. So this gentleman is an editor at the Democratic Reporter. He has a very long history of degrading blacks and showing little to no regard for black Americans. And what they fail to realize is we are Americans. Okay? Anywho, this guy is so racist. I really even hate to bring this story to light. For those of you that don't know, this is just discovered about 4 days ago. On February 14th, he wrote a very racist story that got national attention. And I'm going to tell you why it got national attention, okay, in just a moment. I'm going to read the story first. I'm going to show you some of his other stories, very few. I just picked out, there was just a few that was on this one clip. But, this has been going on for years. And the paper is published in a county that is majority black. It is printed in a county that is majority black. And the people in the county, they talk about the paper every day. They see it every day. They know these stories. And yet, it hasn't garnered national attention. Why is that? I'm going to tell you why. So let's look at the newspaper article. The Klan needs to ride again. Time for the Ku Klux Klan to night ride again. Democrats in the Republican Party and Democrats are plotting to raise taxes in Alabama. Now, what he's saying is Democrats in the Republican Party. So people that are Republican on paper that are really Democrat in real life, from what he's from his perspective, as well as regular, on paper and in real life Democrats are plotting to raise taxes in Alabama. So he's pissed off about taxes. Let's see what smart ways he's come up with how to thwart the taxes being raised in Alabama. He says they do not understand how to eliminate expenses when money is needed in other areas. The socialist, look out for that keyword, socialist, because socialist is something that they really do not understand. And if someone says to you, oh, that's socialist, most of the time they have no idea what socialist is, what socialism is. But let's keep it going. This socialist communist ideology sounds good to the ignorant, the uneducated, and the simple-minded people. He says people who do not understand the Constitution do not like to be responsible. Slaves, just freed after the Civil War, were not stupid. At times, they borrowed their former master's robes and horses and rode through the night to frighten some evildoer. My eye don't even go that far to the side. Let me keep reading. Sometimes they had to kill one or two of them, but so what? This is the same so what used when Democrats got us into World War I and World War II. Then they got us fighting in Korea. Next, when the industrial Northeast wanted more money, they got us in the Vietnam War and now into the Middle East War. If you haven't noticed, they did away with the draft so their sons would not have to go into battle. Seems like the Klan would be welcome to raid the gated communities up there. They call them compounds now. Truly, they are the ruling class. Now, I'm going to explain a couple things. He was referring to, when he says the gated communities up there, he's talking about Washington, D.C. And when he said the Klan needs to night ride again, he was referring to lynching. And this is out of his mouth. This is what he said. Like, he just openly, when someone asked him what was he referring to, he said, oh, lynching. This was distributed in a majority black town to over 3,000 subscribers. Okay? Now, what they don't tell you about this story is that this has been going on for years. From what I understand, almost 2 decades. Decades. That's at least 20 years. Let me show you some of his other stories. I'm not going to leave them up too long. If you're sensitive to racism, you might not want to look. So here we have article number 1 on the left from the Democratic Reporter, penned by this gentleman here. I'm not going to read the article. I'm going to just let you look at the imagery. This is Obama and a Secret Service man, and the Obama character says, I need a way to close down Guantanamo. Any ideas? And the Secret Service man said, make it into an Obamacare co-op. And then there's a little, sly little message on the newspaper on the desk. And the article starts out, need cotton pickers. Let me show you yet another article. I'm going to read this one. Let football boys kneel. Some 20 years ago, watching professional, you see how it's spelled, football became as much fun as watching professional wrestling live on Channel 5. That was the Mobile channel we would get on our black and white and fuzzy gray television set in the 1950s. When he says mobile, it looks like mobile, but he's talking about Mobile, Alabama. Okay? The wrestlers put on a good show. Football players put on a good show too. Some of the news programs are making a big to-do about black football players kneeling in the stadiums. That's what black folks were taught to do 200 years ago. Kneel before a white man. Is that it? Let them kneel. Woosah. So he's calling for the KKK to ride on Washington, D.C. in the gated communities. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what caught national attention. Because the community that this paper comes out in has been talking about it and reporting it and trying to get them shut down for years. Since it started. They've been trying to get them shut down all of this time. A young lady, and you'll see her name in a second. It's like Michaela's Burns, something like that on Twitter. She was at school at Auburn, which is also in Alabama, and she came across the first article that I read you, and she tweeted about it. And of course, it caught national attention because I'm sure somebody else retweeted until the newspapers were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. But here's the thing. It's been tweeted before. All these stories have been, out in the open for as long as that paper's been open. Why is it just now getting attention? Because white people live in D.C. That's why. Yeah, when you start calling the KKK on the white Democrats and the white Republicans that are really Democrats, that's when you're going to get your uproar. It's okay when it's just us. Now they're dogging the paper out. I can't believe this. And he had a writing like it's like the Nobel Peace Prize for writing, and they took it away from him. Poor him. This man's been doing this for years. He's not gonna stop. He don't care about that damn. He just told black people to kneel before the white man. Do you really think he cares about that little award y'all gave him? He's got an audience. And that's all he needs is an audience. Let's take a look at some of the tweets that came out when they first discovered this 4 days ago. When they first discovered this 4 days ago. What? I'm so through. It's Black History Month, first of all. We got Jussie up here lying on folks like a white woman. Yeah, the lady that accused Emmett Till, that's Jussie right now to me. I don't. It kind of breaks my heart because, we were lied on for so many years. It's crazy. I mean, Emmett Till came down from Chicago to Mississippi or wherever it was to visit his family, and somebody just didn't like how he looked or what he said or the fact that they didn't do something that they wanted him to do, and she lied and said he raped her and he died. And Jussie is up here perpetrating a fraud. We got enough racism against us already. What? Jussie, why would you do that? Stupid. Make no goddamn sense. Excuse my language. Tell me what you think about this story in the comments. I really think that there are some things going on in this country that are way beyond what we're seeing in the national headlines right now. They're showing us pink to hide purple, and purple is what we need to be paying attention to. We have got to band together. My next story is going to be, I'm going to try to find 15 Black owned clothing companies, and I want to do reviews for each of them, or at least tell y'all who they are, where they're from, and how to connect with them. We need to start buying from our own people. Y'all are buying stuff from people that hate you. They despise you. They will not hire you. They will have you arrested and killed for standing there speaking your mind. And yet, you're going to go get some Gucci slides this weekend, today. I'm sure you are. That Gucci purse. Ooh, I got to get my Gucci makeup brush. Oh, I'm going to go get my that Gucci handbag. I've been wanting that thing for a long time. And see, the difference between us and them. They don't like something. Nike, remember that? They took their shit out in the back and burnt it. All because Kaepernick, they hired Kaepernick and they didn't like that he was taking a stand for us. Y'all cute. Y'all better cut this out. I'm not gonna say you've seen the scroll thing, so you know what that part is. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe I'm missing. Am I missing something? Is that what it is? Am I missing something? Please let me know. Y'all have a good day.